California is now the first state in the U.S. to ban Redskins mascots. Now, this was a new bill that was signed into law by Governor Jerry Brown. And Jerry Brown's been on a roll lately. He's been signing all these bills into law. And apparently, this isn't going to impact too many high schools. Only about 4 of them will be impacted. But beginning January 1st of 2017, these 4 schools will have to find a different nickname or name for their mascot. Now, the schools that will be impacted by this include Gustine High School, Calaveras High School, Chowchilla Union High, and also Tulare Union High School. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Now, the Huffington Post did make a statement about this. They said nationwide, high schools are the most frequent appropriators of Native American names and slurs as team names, a 538 study found last year. Of the 2,128 high school, college, semi-pro, and amateur teams using such names, 92% are in high schools. Now, I think what California is doing right now makes a lot of sense, and I know it's mostly symbolic since it's only going to impact 4 different schools. However, it sends a message that using something like Redskin is not appropriate when you're referring to a mascot or any type of athletic team. I mean, think about it. If you had a team called the Negroes, everyone would be outraged by it because it's just not the right way to refer to people. And so I love that California is taking the lead on this. I'm a huge California supporter because I was born and raised here. So I love the progressive take. But maybe you guys disagree with me. I don't know. Hank, make your point.
Well, I completely agree with it because also as a minority, I just can't imagine a mascot running around appropriating some kind of Asian slur. It would make me feel incredibly uncomfortable. And it kind of reminds me a couple of years ago when Jeremy Lin was, kind of like sweeping the NBA and people were, Lin sanity and all that stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of like Asian slurs started popping up. Some pro Lin sanity and some like, a lot of just, there was something called chink in the armor and people were like, oh, you guys are being too sensitive. Chink in the armor really means, and it's like, yeah, but you guys used chink the armor specifically in the context of this Asian man.
Right.
So I knew how I felt, so I can only imagine someone feeling disrespected with this name.
I'm also really amused by people who aren't part of a particular ethnic group telling that
how you
ethnic
should feel.
group how you should feel.
Yeah.
Like
don't be so sensitive.
Don't be so.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I agree with you. Charlie, make your point.
I went to the Redskins website, the Washington Redskins website, because I feel like this could be one of those state-by-state things where eventually it gets to the NFL team. And their justification for using the name Redskin is this study.
They have it on their website? They have a justification?
Yeah, they have the facts. But in this study, it was anthropologist. It was done through the Smithsonian, I think. And basically, they say that the Redskin name was not a slur, but it was a thing of endearment or something like that.
Get out of here. I mean,
a justification.
Yeah.
Like cunt. Oh, it's a term of endearment.
It's a term of endearment. I love being called a cunt.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I own it. I own the N-word.
I love that you looked that up. That's great.
I checked it out, but it's clear from the backlash from the Native American community that this is not a term that even today a lot of racial slurs do start as not slurs.
Yeah.
But it's turned into that today. So
absolutely.
They just don't want to pay for all of the new signage. They're like, oh, it costs too much for us to like reprint all the helmets.
Actually, that's probably a big part of it.
Yeah.
Merchandising.
I mean, here's the thing about names. It's a brand, right? And once you change a name, then your brand kind of disappears. I mean, that's the justification that they've been using, but I'm not buying it. At some point, you kind of have to adapt with the times and evolve as a team, and I think that it's time that they do that. So if you could choose one sport to compete in, which sport would it be, Charlie?
Lawn darts.
Oh, okay.
Professional lawn dart thrower.
All right, fun.
Yeah.
Hank.
Professional napping. During college, I had an incredible skill of being able to find any corner. I still do it now. Like if I've got like a 2-hour layover, I'll like be behind the airline, like the airline counter at like a non-active gate, and I will like curl up next to their monitor.
Oh my God.
Like my biggest skill was being able to go into the cafeteria in between classes if there was like 45 minutes to kill, so I'm not gonna go back to my dorm, and like line up 3 chairs. They're not even smooth. They have like the ridges, for your legs and your ass.
And you'd fall asleep.
I could curl up and I could, like I sleep so comfortably in economy on airlines. Like I am a professional napper. I should win an award.
Wow,
I'm
I
really
wish I
good.
could do that. I'm
I
like
can-
having a hard time sleeping.
I can steal 20 minutes. Well, that's because you got a man in your bed.
Oh.
Boyfriend in your bed.
All right.
All her
So-
business. I'm sorry.
Well, it's true. All right, so here's the question. Oh yeah, I have to answer my own question. Sorry, I got distracted when you talked about my man in my bed. I would do boxing. I really like boxing. It's fun.
Yeah.
So I'd love to train and be able to like fight someone in a ring. It'd be
Okay,
fun.
don't mess with Anna.
I'd
All
like
right.
to see you two fight in a ring.
I would immediately be submissive. I would just, just go ahead,
Yeah.
Anna, right here. Just take it. I wouldn't even try.
Well, Sam Shocker from TYT Network, who hosts Pop Trigger, just recently got into a boxing match to raise money for a charity that she's working on. And apparently it turned out being a tie. But I got a little jelly. I'm like, I want to do that. That looks really fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would do. Tell us what you would do if you could compete in a sport professionally. What do you think about the Redskins name? Maybe you have a defense that we haven't heard yet. Comment in the section below. We love hearing from you, and we'll see you soon.